China is the future for a range of reasons. Certainly it's the future commercially. If you look at just how quickly it's risen, it's now the number 2 economy on the planet. It's a distant second. The American economy is still nearly 3 times as large as the Chinese economy, but it will overtake it, just like it overtook the Japanese economy, it overtook the German economy, it overtook the Italian economy, and it will overtake the US in time. So there's a principal reason, if you're a business person wanting to do business, this is the centre of the universe. I think China's also evolving in a really interesting way socially, and I think there's been a lot of talk in the press about perhaps the fairness of China's political system and the fairness of China generally, and I see it as a pretty fair place and becoming increasingly fairer. I find it a place very safe to live. I find it a place that's becoming increasingly more liberal in the way it discusses its current social environment. I find it a place that I enjoy doing business in, and I enjoy meeting people in. And, you know, I find it also a little bit ironic in a time when people are a little bit nervous about others settling in their own country, that this is the most populous country on the planet, and yet they welcome you with visa. And it's not as difficult as most people think to come and work in China. And yet there are 1.3, 1.4 billion people here, but they still have their hands out asking if you'd like to come. I find that very interesting. So I can't see me leaving anytime soon. And if anybody was to come, I'd be more than happy to welcome them.
I couldn't pass up the opportunity to head to China and hear it firsthand from the people who are doing business here. The readings were great. Any research you can do is terrific, but at the end of the day, reading is reading. You really can't question people at length and get a real feel for the culture. It's how can you describe trying to talk to someone in a restaurant who's completely on a different wavelength here, and convert that into, well, how am I going to buy something from a supplier? How am I going to contact a third party? That's just something you don't get in the readings.
It was almost a no-brainer. I'm up to, for me it's subject number 9 out of 12, and since I started my MBA in 2005, I'm just like, it's time to get it done. So this was a good, easy, not say easy, but a good opportunity to get the subject done in a compressed period of time and quickly, rather than the usual sort of 4 to 5 month duration of the usual unit. So for me it was like, it's just a great opportunity, which is why as soon as I saw it, I just said, yeah, I'll jump at the chance.
There's 2 reasons why I came on the tour. The first reason was I've never been to mainland China. So I've been to Hong Kong, Macau, and I sort of touched on the edges, and it was just a great opportunity to come. The second reason is I actually work for a Chinese company, and I want to see firsthand the differences in our countries. How we do business, like how we actually go about our business, and then this was going to give me a better understanding of what their values are and what they perceive as important as opposed to what we do. So I guess in a way it was a good opportunity to come and see the culture gap and get a first-hand experience.
I enrolled in to come to China because it was a great opportunity to get a unit out of the way, basically, but also there was some underlying reasons why I wanted to go. I had recently been to a presentation by a large investment broker who was basically telling all these investors sitting out in the audience that China is the place to be because of the commodities that they're after. And if you're going to put any money anywhere in Australia, to do it in those companies that are needed in China, which I found very interesting. And also the other BRIC countries. And also in a work capacity in a former job I had, we tried to do business in India with no success whatsoever. And I wondered whether another emerging country like China was going to be a similar kind of experience to what we had in India.
I certainly would recommend this to other students. In fact, I would go as far as saying that their MBA would be incomplete without it. It should be a thing that's compulsory in the course. Learning about international business and doing business in China, you're not going to learn it from a book. As much as you can chat to people in the forums, you've got to come here. You've got to come here.
Yeah, call them right now and enrol. Is what I'd say. But yeah, in all seriousness, a very great course. If you're sort of sitting on the edge saying, will I or won't I just say, look, make the call and do it. I'm glad I did. I enrolled very late, and very much thanks to everybody, they were able to accommodate me, which is great, and I'm so glad I came. But it's just been a good course. I picked up a lot, and I've only got 3 more to go now. So I'm actually really good. So yeah, it's been a great course for me, and I'm really, really happy that I enrolled.
Oh, for sure. Just for as I said, from back to why I loved it, the interaction face to face with the students, sitting down again, talking to people, which is for us, I guess, a bit of a rarity in a distance education course.
I absolutely would recommend it, based on a few different reasons. Even if you don't have right now direct ties to China, the odds are one day you may. So like I said, I may or may not ever be there, but if I do get the opportunity, then I've already got this changed perception of what China is. So I'm a little bit more enlightened than I was 2 weeks ago, or more than that now, but probably 4 weeks ago. And that would be of benefit to both me and any organisation that employs me.
Absolutely. It's been a great opportunity, not just to see some of the experience, the tourist highlights in China, but to get to know other MBA students and learn as you go. And I think that's one thing that I've never done in any of my travels far and wide overseas, is actually got into the nuts and bolts of how they do business. So I found that a real highlight as well.
Exciting, engaging, tangible and unforgettable.
Rapid, fun, and very interesting.
I didn't pay for it, fortunately, my work did, and I think they got a hell of a bang for their buck. They're going to get a huge return on their investment.
Really good, fantastic. Do it today.
It has been fabulous. And I've met every word, that's great.
It has been a real eye-opener.
Very rare experience, and it's one you'll remember forever.